broadcasting from planet Earth. Now, without further ado, let's embark on a journey to think, to talk, and to explore why make music.
Why Make Music? Episode 041, the thank you episode. Sometimes in the rush of chasing a dream, we forget to pause and look around at all the people and things that make the journey possible. Consider this episode a deep breath, an exhale of gratitude. This is our thank you episode, a heartfelt monologue dedicated to everyone and everything that helps an independent creator keep going. It's going to be poetic, a bit philosophical, sometimes tongue-in-cheek, but always genuine. So, to everyone who's part of this wild creative ride, thank you. Let's dive into why. First off, thank you to the family and close friends. You're the ones who tolerate the odd hours and obsessive work ethic. You're the people who understand when a quick give me 5 more minutes in the studio turns into an hour or 2 of lost time. You put up with the late night noise, the mess of cables and notebooks, the bleary-eyed mornings after those 3 a.m. creative bursts. You've learned to navigate the inconveniences, the missed dinners, the rescheduled plans, with patience and love. Without your understanding and support, we creators would be lost. Thank you for being the safety net and the cheering section. The ones who never think we're crazy for pursuing this path. Or if you do, you kindly keep it to yourselves. You remind us that we're not alone in this, that our dreams are a shared family affair, and every little victory is your victory too. Thank you to the friends who stick around and listen, truly listen, even when we're rambling on about our craft. You know who you are. The friends who endure our endless talk about song ideas, project plans, and the state of the industry. You've listened to us dissect another artist's album with equal parts admiration and envy. You've sat through our passionate rants that sometimes teeter on jealousy or frustration, like when someone made it big and we're left wondering when our turn will come. You understand that when we vent about others' success or gripe about the obstacles we face, we're just processing our own hopes and fears. Thank you for not judging us during those moments of doubt and comparison. Instead, you nod, you empathize, and sometimes you even gently challenge us to turn that envy into inspiration. You help transform our complaints into fuel for growth. Thank you for being our sounding boards and our reality checks, for letting us get it off our chest, so that we can refocus on our own journey. Every creator needs friends like you, those who hear the unfiltered thoughts and still stick around for the encore. On that note, thank you to those who found success before us, the ones we sometimes catch ourselves feeling jealous of. Yes, you, the trailblazers and local heroes, the peers who released that killer album or hit that streaming milestone. We admit it. We've watched your rise, and sometimes it's stung, only because we want it so bad too. But truly, thank you for showing us what's possible. Your success isn't actually our failure. In fact, it's a roadmap and a motivator. You prove that it can be done, that our ambitious dreams are not crazy. Thank you for raising the bar and lighting the way. Rather than resenting your victories, we're learning to celebrate them and learn from them. In a sense, you've helped us grow thicker skin and a bigger imagination for our own potential. So thank you for succeeding. It gives the rest of us something to strive for, and a reminder that overnight success is a myth. They say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. Lionel Messi once quipped that it took him 17 years and 114 days to become an overnight success. We know we're in for a marathon, not a sprint, and seeing you reach the finish line after a long race gives us hope for our own. Now, a big thank you to the doubters and naysayers. That's right, this one's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it needs to be said. Thank you to everyone who ever told us you can't do that, or you'll never make it, or simply laughed at our dreams. You might not have given a reason, or maybe the reason was just that you couldn't see our vision. It's fine. You weren't meant to. In fact, you did us a favor. Every no we heard, every door slammed, every eye rolled, it all became motivation. When someone tells you you can't, what they often mean is they couldn't, or they think no one can. But to a driven creator, those words are rocket fuel. We just want to say, thank you for lighting a fire under us. Thank you for doubting, because it made us dig deeper and push harder to prove you wrong. Every time you refused to give us a chance, or didn't even let us get a word in about our project, it just forced us to sharpen our skills and get so good you can't ignore us. In a strange way, we owe part of our determination to the people who said no. So if you're out there listening quietly perhaps, surprised that we actually followed through, thank you. Sincerely, without the resistance you provided, we might not have learned to fight so hard for what we love. You unknowingly did us a favor by pointing us back toward the people who really matter. Similarly, thank you to the opportunists and the ones who tried to take advantage of us. You taught us valuable lessons. In any creative field, whether it's music, art, or business, there are always a few sharks in the water. People who promise the world, but really just want to use your talent or ride your coattails. We've encountered those folks. It's easy to become cynical or bitter after dealing with opportunistic people. But there's a silver lining. They teach you how to protect yourself. So thank you for the lessons in reading the fine print, in trusting our gut feelings, and in learning to say no to deals that are too good to be true. Because of you, we learned the importance of surrounding ourselves with genuinely supportive, positive people. You reminded us how crucial it is to choose our team carefully, to find our tribe that wants to lift us up, not use us. For every opportunist we weed out, we make more room for true allies. And those true allies, our collaborators, mentors, and honest supporters, deserve thanks as well. But to the ones who tried to play us, no hard feelings. Thank you to the believers, the mentors, collaborators, and fellow creatives who did give us a chance. In contrast to the doubters, you're the folks who said, I see something in you, even when we weren't sure of ourselves. Maybe it was a teacher who encouraged our first attempts at songwriting, or a fellow musician who invited us to jam and treated us as an equal before we earned it. Maybe it's the small but loyal fan base that cheers for us at every gig, or that one online follower who always leaves a positive comment on our posts. Your support is gold. Thank you for every opportunity, every kind word, every bit of feedback and collaboration. You prove that the world can be friendly, that competition isn't the only mode. There's also community. In an industry that often feels like an uphill battle, you guys are the handholds that help us climb. We wouldn't be here without the teachers who taught us the ropes, the colleagues who shared knowledge, or the friends who spread the word about our work. Thank you for believing in us, sometimes even more than we believed in ourselves. You kept us going on days we might have quit. Next, I want to give a very special thank you to technology and the tools of our trade, including the controversial ones. We live in a remarkable time. To the software, hardware, and yes, even the artificial intelligence that's become part of our creative process. Thank you. Modern technology has eased our stress and expanded our capabilities in ways we couldn't have imagined a generation ago. Think about it. We have digital audio workstations that let us conjure entire orchestras on a laptop. Social media that lets us share our art with the world in an instant. And AI tools that can help brainstorm lyrics, suggest mixes, or just keep us company during a 4 a.m. work session. We know there's a lot of debate out there about AI in music and art. Some people love it, some hate it, many fear it. But here's how we see it. A new tool is only as good or bad as the person using it. A baseball bat can smash a home run out of the park, or it can be used to break a window. It doesn't make the bat evil by itself. In the same way, AI is a tool, a powerful one, but ultimately human intention guides it. At the end of the day, AI is just another tool. How we use it is what counts most. Thank you to these tools for the good they provide, for helping us do in hours what used to take days, for sparking new ideas when we're stuck, and even for being a sort of collaborator when human partners are asleep or unavailable. I can't tell you how many times having some algorithmic assistant give me a suggestion has led to a real breakthrough. Embracing technology responsibly and creatively has leveled the playing field for indie creators like us. So we're grateful for the plugins, the platforms, the endless YouTube tutorials, the AI assistants, all of it. Rather than replace our creativity, they expand it. And on a personal note, I'm thankful for the way this tech has lowered my stress. Sometimes just talking through a problem with a piece of software or an AI friend at 3 a.m. is strangely therapeutic. It's like having a tireless partner who's always there to troubleshoot a recording issue, look up an obscure fact, or even crack a joke when I need a laugh. Thank you, technology, for being the wind at our backs. We promise to use you wisely. On the flip side of tech, let's give a thank you to the social media circus. The good, the bad, and the ugly of it. Social media can be a double-edged sword for a creator. It offers connection with fans and promotion opportunities, but it also opens a direct line for negativity to reach us. We've all seen how a single rude comment or a bout of trolling can ruin an otherwise good day. So, in a weird way, thank you to the negative comments and the trolls, too. You taught us how to toughen up and focus on the positive. Learning how to reverse scroll past the negativity, to not fall into the trap of comparing ourselves with everyone else's highlight reel. That's a skill we developed because of the rough side of social media. We learned to seek out supportive communities online and ignore the haters. And to those positive voices on the internet, the ones who leave uplifting comments, who share our work kindly, who offer constructive feedback instead of insults, thank you 100 times. You make the online world a better place for art. You remind us why we share our work at all. So yes, thank you to the entire social sphere, the critics who keep us on our toes, and the fans who keep us inspired. You've taught us balance, how to filter noise, take in what helps, and let go of what hurts. Now, I want to shift inward for a moment. Thank yourself. That's right. I'm going to thank me and encourage every creator listening to thank themselves. It might sound strange, but it's important. As creators, we carry the seed of an idea and work tirelessly to make it real. We face a lot of external challenges, but we also battle our own inner demons. Self-doubt, fear of failure, procrastination, perfectionism. Yet here we are, still creating, still pushing. That perseverance deserves some credit. So thank you to the part of me that never gave up. The part of me that kept faith when things looked bleak. A lot of people cope with the ups and downs through faith in something higher. And if that's your tool, more power to you. But for me personally, I found that I had to have faith in myself and in the process. I tried the route of praying for answers at times when I felt lost, but I realized the quiet answers that eventually came were arising from inside me. Those moments of prayer were really moments of reflection, and the guidance I thought I was receiving was actually my own wisdom and resolve taking shape. So I decided to give myself a bit more credit. I started trusting that with the right tools and sheer persistence, I can get it done. This is not to knock anyone's spiritual beliefs. By all means, use whatever gives you strength, whether it's prayer, meditation, or a midnight cup of coffee. But don't underestimate yourself in that equation. Every creator has that spark within that leads them to the next idea, the next solution, the next song. So thank you to the self, to my own mind and heart, for being resilient, for learning from failures, for finding answers in the silence, and for continually choosing to create. In the end, you have to thank yourself for showing up day after day. You could have quit or never started, but you didn't. That's something to be proud of. And while we're being introspective, let's also say thank you to the failures and the blooper reel moments of this journey. We've had plenty of them, haven't we? The songs that fell flat, the projects that got scrapped, the embarrassing early recordings we hope never see the light of day, the gigs where everything went wrong, the pitches that got rejected, the times we tried to hit a high note and our voice cracked, all those moments that make us cringe. It's easy to bury them and never speak of them, but they're an integral part of the story. So thank you to the botched attempts, the outtakes, the mistakes. In real time, they feel like setbacks, but in hindsight, they are lessons. Each one taught us something. How to do it better, or at least how not to do it. They built character, and often gave us a good laugh later on. In fact, those bloopers and blunders often become great stories to tell. They keep us humble. They keep us human. We should be grateful we had the courage to try and fail, because some people never try at all. Failure is proof that we're pushing limits, stepping out of our comfort zones. So thanks, failures. You made the successes that much sweeter and shaped us into wiser creators. A big thank you to practicality and side hustles as well. This is something a lot of creatives don't talk about openly. But let's face it, following your passion doesn't always pay the bills, at least not at first. Many of us have to juggle multiple things to make it work. Maybe you have a day job or a freelance gig on the side. Maybe you teach music lessons during the week, so you can afford to record on the weekends. Or perhaps you've funded your art by selling some possessions, or capitalizing on other skills. We live in a time with so many options to keep yourself afloat, and that's a blessing. So thank you to the day jobs and side gigs that support us financially while we build our dream. There's no shame in it. In fact, it's often the smart move to avoid digging yourself into a financial hole for the sake of art. I'm learning that you can pursue your passion and stay solvent. It just requires flexibility. Sometimes you have to put more than one poker in the fire. Make music, do art commissions, run a small business, or even leverage your other passions, be it coding, cooking, or collecting memorabilia, as a source of income. I know creatives who have sold off rare collectibles or tapped into their love of franchises like Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Transformers, G.I. Joe, you name it, turning those interests into cash or content to fuel their main creative work. Thank you to those beloved hobbies and franchises that not only inspire us, but can occasionally help pay the rent or spark a new idea. If I have to sell a prized action figure or comic book to fund a new microphone, so be it. I'll thank that little plastic hero for its service. The point is, thank you to every unconventional path and income stream that helps keep the creative dream alive. It might be a part-time office gig, driving for rideshare, designing t-shirts, or running a fan blog. Whatever it is, it's playing a part in the bigger picture. We salute the hustle. It's all part of being resourceful and committed. Let's also say thank you to the dreamers. All of you out there who dare to dream and keep dreaming. This includes our fellow indie artists, our peers in the struggle, and even those just starting to toy with the idea of creating something. Your dreams form a kind of collective energy. When we see others dreaming big, it validates our own big dreams. Thank you for that contagious ambition, that creative spark that jumps from person to person. And interestingly, I'll even extend a thank you to those who fear our success, the ones who might secretly hope we don't make it. Yes, they exist. though they'd never admit it to your face. Maybe it's an old acquaintance or a rival who'd feel uncomfortable if we suddenly rose above our station. To those folks, thank you as well, because you indicate that what we're doing is real enough to cause a reaction. If someone out there is having nightmares about us succeeding, then we must be on the right track. The best kind of revenge, as they say, is massive success. And knowing that our success might spook a few skeptics is oddly satisfying. It means our dreams are powerful. So thank you for that extra bit of wicked motivation. Now, let's talk about success and what that even means. It's different for everyone. Sure, in the broader culture, success might mean Grammy Awards, millions of streams, big money. But on a personal level, success can be much more humble and just as meaningful. I want to thank the universe and everyone in it for the success we've had so far, measured on our own terms. Maybe it's the first time you got paid for a gig, even if it was just $50 and free pizza. Maybe it's hitting 1,000 streams on a song, or getting a sincere compliment from a stranger who heard your track online. Those moments are golden. For me, I often think if I could make an extra $50,000 a year doing what I love, that's a huge success. Even an extra $10,000 from music in a year, that's proof that my passion is real and valued. And if I ever hit the jackpot, say $100,000 in a year from music, I'd feel like I'd made it to cloud 9. Let me tell you, if I ever earn $1 million doing this, you won't be able to tell me nothing. I'll be insufferably proud. In the fun way, of course. The point is, success is what you define it. So thank you to everyone who has supported us enough that we're even contemplating these numbers. Thank you for helping us get closer to our personal milestones, whatever they are. Every download, every merch purchase, every ticket to a show, every share on social media, it adds up. It's not all about the money either. Just knowing that something we created resonated with someone is a form of success that can't be banked, but is deeply satisfying. We're grateful for all of it. And to our audience and community, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Whether you've been with us from episode 001 or you just joined now in episode 041, you are the reason we do this. This past year, our year one as a fledgling media venture, has been a ride. We started with an idea, we built it up step by step, and you came along for the journey. Your time and attention are precious. The fact that you choose to spend a bit of it with us, listening to our music or our podcast or whatever form this creative output takes, is something we do not take for granted. Thank you for every comment, every email, every moment you felt inspired or entertained by what we shared. Thank you for sticking with us through the technical hiccups, the experimental episodes, the rough edges as we found our footing. Because of your support, we've grown and improved. We're still here because you showed up and encouraged us to keep going. As we wrap up year one of this project, we're filled with gratitude and excitement. And let me tell you, we're just getting started. The best is yet to come. I won't spill all the beans now, but the real heat is coming in August, so stay tuned. We're going to keep promoting the work we've already released, keep refining our craft, and when the time is right, unveil the next big chapter. The fact that we have an audience to share that with is a huge blessing. So thank you for being part of our journey from day one. We hope you'll be with us on day 100 and beyond. We truly feel like we've succeeded in the most important way already. We've built a community, a creative family, and that's priceless. Before I close out this gratitude fest, I want to cast our eyes forward for a moment, toward the future. I'm thankful not just for what we have now, but for what's coming. There's so much to be excited about on the horizon. We live in a time where science fiction is becoming reality. I often joke with my team about future technology, like, who knows? Maybe by next year, I'll have a holographic AI assistant co-hosting this show with me. A literal digital companion chiming in. Imagine something like a scene out of Ironheart or Star Wars, where a hologram of your best friend or a trusty AI. It sounds wild, but it's not that far. Technology is moving fast, and the creative possibilities are endless. I'm grateful in advance for the breakthroughs that are coming, the tools that will make creation even more accessible, the new platforms that will let us reach audiences in ways we can't yet imagine, and the new ideas that will emerge as a result. The future holds challenges, sure, but also solutions we haven't thought of. It's like standing on the edge of an unexplored frontier, and I'm just thankful to be here at this moment in time, alive and creating, with a chance to ride that wave. To quote a famous line from a classic film, if you build it, they will come. We've been building it, this dream, this project, and people are indeed coming. I thank whatever powers that be for giving us the inspiration and the means to build it. In saluting the future, we also honor the past. Every step, every person we've thanked tonight, every joy and every hardship. That's the foundation we stand on. We salute the past by remembering these lessons and carrying that gratitude forward. And we face the future with optimism, because of the solid ground the past has given us. So, to recap this gratitude in a whirlwind, and not to sound too much like an awards speech, but hey, it is a thank you list after all. Thank you to our families for the unconditional support and patience. Thank you to our friends for the understanding ears and the reality checks. Thank you to the successful ones who inspired us, and even the jealousy they stirred. It lit a spark. Thank you to the naysayers and gatekeepers. Your doubt became our drive. Thank you to the opportunists. You taught us discernment and the value of true allies. Thank you to the believers and mentors. You opened doors and kept us motivated. Thank you to technology and tools for empowering our independence and sparking new creative heights. Thank you to the internet and social media, both the critics who thickened our skin and the supporters who warmed our hearts. Thank you to ourselves for not quitting, for having the courage to create. Thank you to the failures for being the best teachers. Thank you to the side hustles and multiple irons in the fire for sustaining the dream practically. Thank you to the community of dreamers for sharing this road and amplifying a collective hope. Thank you to the fans and audience. You give our work meaning. And thank you to the future, because we're ready for it, and we're grateful for whatever it brings. Alright, I think that covers it for now. This has been a different kind of episode. A pause to acknowledge everyone who makes this journey possible, directly or indirectly. It feels good to say it out loud. Gratitude has a way of refueling the soul, like a cup of cold water after a long run. We've been running hard, and will continue to. There's no doubt about that. But taking this moment to give thanks reminds us why we started in the first place, and how we've managed to come this far. If you've listened all the way, thank you most of all. Your time and attention are gifts. I hope this monologue leaves you reflecting on who you're grateful for in your own journey. Whether you're a musician, an artist, or just someone trying to make something good in this world, cultivating gratitude can be a superpower. It turns obstacles into lessons and strangers into a support network. As we sign off this episode 0 for 1, know that every thank you we voiced here is genuine. We mean it. And we'll keep working hard not to let down all those who've believed in us and even those who doubted. We won't let you have the last laugh. Trust me. The adventure continues, and it's only getting more exciting from here. Until next time, stay creative, stay grateful, and keep dreaming. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Here's to the journey ahead. So before we fade to black, one last shout out to ThinkTimm Stream the Beat. Buy the merch, feel the vibe. Follow at ThinkTimm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Visit www.thinktimm.com. Grab that drip at tpublic.com/thinktimm and thinktimm.thread. You can stream all 6 projects. That's Demotional, Caught Feelings, Botanical, Booming Bouquet, Suplabus, Reality Effect, Buffication, Sonic Civilization, Pyrohopic, Elemental Fusion, Nomenclature, Verbal Scales, all available right now on every major streaming platform. Wherever you vibe, we're there. And yo, if you vibed with this episode, hit follow, leave a review, share it with a friend who needs a little reminder that they're seen. I'm DJ Warm Cookies, and I thank you deeply for listening, for dreaming, for staying till next week. Keep making music, keep making meaning, keep making you.